Well, this is just fair. I Today, just the video directly underneath this, featured a young blonde lady of fair pigment who was saying how men are just go how what can men do? Like, seriously, what y'all gonna do? I mean, that's not what she said. I'm paraphrasing, definitely. But here we have this young lady, Ava Brighton, who is asking, are almost, keyword there, almost all women mentally insane? Fair warning, she's Dutch, so the accent is gonna throw off a little bit, but either ways, let's get into it. Oh, yeah, make sure the volume's where it needs to be. Let's go.
A society which too will be governed by these female lunatics, because men are stupid enough to let it happen, and women are sick enough to invent this insanity.
I gotta say, this is a fantastic start. I mean, with the maid and everything else like that, your little precursor. Okay, let's get it poppin'.
I believe there's something quite wrong with women's mental health. Or I could bluntly put it like this: almost all young women, both individual or as a collective, are, and I'm sorry to say so, mentally insane.
I mean, good job on the graphics, right? I mean, that's a pretty. You're covering some real far ground there, darling. I mean, let's continue on, see what she got to say. But I'm not hearing anything that I can particularly argue against.
It doesn't mean that they're not intelligent. On the contrary, women can work with male inventions, take over male jobs, drive their cars, fly planes, and anything else that men came up with. However, whenever women themselves come up with something, they always seem to create the exact opposite of the goal they want to achieve. Mostly by screaming, yelling, aggression,
physically remove the students,
and portraying themselves as ill-treated victims.
Well, damn. I mean, she sat there and broke out the the fancy editing with the breakup in between of just showing females going nuts. And if you pay attention to any of the videos, well, not any of the videos, but a quite a large assortment of my videos, you'll see just females completely getting into what I like to call masculine energy and trying to, be overly aggressive under this belief that because they are females, nothing can happen to me. I'm the goose that lays the golden egg. You're not gonna mess with the goose that lays the golden egg. And that's an idea and a mindset that so many of them at the individual level take on. And I believe not just at the conscious level, but the subconscious level, as like just deeply. I mean, the narcissism and the neuroses is just ingrained. It's really goes to speak to the biological differences between us that, like, I guess cultural and environments can have a massive effect on, swaying, but at the end of the day, it does tend to come back to, our biological nature and our biological differences. But I mean, Ms. Brighton, continue. Loving this shit. She's definitely a 35%er. Okay. I mean, she's definitely a 35%er.
Especially the younger generation, who just don't seem to realize they're now openly demonstrating this female erratic behavior by the bizarre way they protest and march through the streets as the fourth wave of feminists. It's typically female to achieve equality, and once they have it, continue to whine about trivial things, blowing them up to disproportional problems.
Shit. I mean, how often does it happen? And that's because, like I say, the biological makeup, right? It, like, every little thing that happens is the biggest thing in the world. It's just like, oh my God, this is the most, like, every situation, every day, every moment is the most, in the female mind, particularly those not regularly receiving their dosage of a scent stick. Let's continue.
Like the way men sit, or how men explain things, or how they open the door, or don't open the door for them, or how men approach them, how they operate the air conditioning.
It's the air conditioning that's sexist.
I know. So many women in our office have the exact same problem.
Trivial as it may be, this is now starting to have a huge impact everywhere and turning today's society into a world gone completely mad. It's as if all the whining within a marriage, which in the past was acted out within the confines of their private homes, has gone public now. And so have their methods.
And so has the, I guess, the image or the mental, I guess, how do I put it, stack of, man naturally more aggressive, naturally, more, like, from the movies in the 80s to, like, up until, like, very, very recently. It was all this, just man, like, look at Lifetime. Look at the Lifetime network. And you have females that they eat it up. Lifetime, Hallmark, all that nonsense, they eat it up. And capitalism is played in it a huge role in it because, advertisers want to get in front of the female eyes so they can sit there and say, oh, there's this thing that you need to buy. Now, my sister has this story of the Bowflex because she wanted a Bowflex ever since she saw Chuck Norris use it, and when she got it, she ain't do a damn thing with it. You see what I'm saying? It's just, but we're geared towards that. Like, particularly in Western society, we're more geared towards that, towards saying, "Oh yeah, sweetheart, you're a queen, you're a goddess, you are everything." And it's like, you are actually just one of one of millions. Actually, like I said in the previous video, females have always outnumbered men. So thusly, like, you've been the majority. Like, you're the most plentiful resource on the earth. But yet, so let's continue. Oh, thank you, John Dutchy, for sharing the post.
Whether it is pouring bleach over men's crotches, hitting men, female teachers raping young boys, falsely accusing and reporting men, destroying men's careers, women seem to be revealing their true identity and are showing us what it really is that's been driving the men crazy.
That and a complete lack of fathers. I mean, our welfare state has created this system where the fathers are no longer there, but the women are empowered, to just have an entire brood of people that are going to go up and replicate the actions of those who had them, because that's what we tend to do. We tend to turn out in some way, shape, or form. Not saying all the time, but in many ways, shapes, and form, we tend to turn out like the people who made us more than damn near anything else.
Are dragging many men with them into a global folio de of both sexes, and this strange disorder is growing explosively the last years. When women are alone with their thoughts, they seem to express themselves as children. You can see this on social media forums such as Facebook. They seem to lack the capacity to think up original thoughts or ideas.
Like, seriously, do you, like, the majority of the sharing of completely unoriginal posts that at least I see, on social media is female. I mean, go to Twitter. Twitter's mainly chicks just, retweeting inspirational crap to each other back and forth until somebody irritates them and calls them out for, like, the nonsense, And so they have, like, they want to live in a little fantasy world and in this little fantasy bubble where they get to create their own realities. They get to live their truths. And you know what? Under normal circumstances, as guys, we're just like, yeah, whatever, baby, whatever you want. Just keep putting your moisture on me. Can you dig it? But But as collectives, I mean, the like these things have been boiling for, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. So, I mean, even before that with the suffragettes and all these other, oh, we women, we can do the same. All right, cool, we get it. We want you to do the same. Bet. Okay, you're taking it too far,
This is why they mostly communicate using cliches and favor the use of memes or poetry, usually written by someone else, to express their feelings. Just look around on the internet and you'll see that everybody, including men, are cultivating this toddler-like kindergarten style. Women have largely contributed to this childish PC society where everything is offensive.
Yo, what I say about the soccer moms just taking over, right? It's the same thing. It's like like right now here in Jersey, you got Phil Murphy like crying about vaping and all this other nonsense. It's like, yo, let adults adult. Stop. Just stop. Like, stop with the nanny state bullshit. But the deal is that there's so many, soccer moms out there just scared. Single moms out there really scared and fearful. And what they've been doing is using that fear to push votes and to get people, to get these women activated and really like pull up the numbers. I mean, seriously, look at a lot of these events and a lot of these protests. It's mainly chicks, because dudes is just like, yo, I'm here, I gotta make money, man. I gotta live. I gotta, provide and protect and provide, right? Provide being the most important thing. So we bought our paper, whereas y'all, hey, shoot, baller.
Just think about which of the sexes always tended to be offended. It weren't the men. Many women present themselves to be highly engaged and sensitive to issues like veganism, animal cruelty, and environmental issues. It's not.
That's called intersectionality, darling. You don't just like environmental issues, race. Oh my goodness. Oh, how dare they? That is always so funny to me. That it's not just and it's not just women. It's the men that enable them. I mean, you're right. If we are stupid because we're just like, oh yeah, baby, whatever you want, baby, whatever you want, baby, whatever you want. When it's like, hey, you have to lead. We're here to lead. That's kind of our thing, This is part of our purpose. I mean, if you have one, if you don't have one, find one. Ask, like I did. I asked, hey, what's my purpose? He was like, I got you, bro. Bang. And I do it literally every day. So, like I said, like I always say, it's not about equality. It can't be about equality because we're not equals. We're not the same thing. We're complementary pieces.
Men don't care. It's just that the women seem to be addicted to excessively showing the outside world how much compassion and empathy they have. In private, these women hopelessly struggle with their feelings, emotions, and identity, while their psychologists may already have diagnosed them with borderline personality syndrome, mood disorder, bipolar disorder, eating disorder, hypersensitivity disorder, or any of these words trying to pinpoint this erratic mental behavior.
Any reason to pop them a few pills, huh? Like, here, take some Xanax. Calm down. It's all right. Take this, take that. That's what the psychologists and the doctors and basically the entire medical field is there for at this point, is to keep people hopped up on, prescription drugs. And it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame what we've allowed to happen, particularly here in the United States, and damn sure here in New Jersey. I mean, a lot of the freedoms that are enshrined to us via the Constitution have been stripped away. And, you don't have a Second Amendment right in New Jersey, regardless of what they tell you. They definitely want to take all the guns. I mean, make no mistake. That's how they've been able to do it, is by creating a super large welfare state, letting a few generations go through. And now, I mean, when it comes to votes and really planting in planting their flags as far as parties go, like Democrats and Republicans. I mean, you are where you are, and the people who run are the people who run. and the machine basically keeps it pushing. It keeps that afloat and keeps that going because there's so much money to be made in the poverty and the welfare state. So they're getting paid 5 different ways, while the people within these communities, mainly run by women and matriarchal, are very matriarchal in nature, just it doesn't work. It hasn't worked. And until we start to shift our legislation and start to shift policy towards the right thing, then the right thing will happen. If you have your policy shifted towards the wrong thing, towards a welfare state, then that's what's going to happen, and that's where we're at.
In public, women will prefer the term high sensitive because it's promoted as a precious gift with many benefits, which causes women to now openly flaunt with their high sensitivity, as if it's a virtue, a God-given talent.
Yeah. I mean, just being. That's the thing. We have really placed our women on such a pedestal that they believe that by simply being, they are, they are a gift amongst you. We are living amongst a goddess, And I am willing to express such sentiments towards a singular woman. But the deal is that it's just because you're bearing my children, not particularly because you are the woman that I am bearing, that's bearing my children, and I definitely want to take care of you. I want to make sure that you're all right, as opposed to everybody else in the world, because you guys once again make up the majority of the population.
Mind's effect, it's a disorder in disguise. High sensitivity is a holistic celebration of life, art, beauty, and the list goes on. In private, they might wreak havoc on their relationships, demanding the password of the phone, checking his messages, suspecting, accusing, cross-examining as she's a Gestapo trainee, while at the end of the day, she will take his child, house, and money. But in public, those women appear to be as zen as the Dalai Lama.
Yeah, it's the same thing as Hillary Clinton was talking about. Well, you need your public face and you need your private face. You know what you say in public, what you say in private ain't the same thing. So, you know what? I think that we have. I don't want to sit here and ape her entire video, and how we are 5 minutes deep into her video. I've been talking for more than 10 minutes, so I think this is a fantastic place to cut this off. And I will. You know what? I'm gonna actually do it this time. I'm gonna actually leave a link to this video in this video's description. You can go there and check it out. Miss Brighton, this was a fantastic video. Shout out to you, darling. Good work. And with that being said, we're gonna bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff, if you liked it, toss it a like. Dislike, yeah, go ahead, do that too. I ain't scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. You want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and BitChute alike, yeah, we know what it is. And speak. Let me know, what do you think in the comments? Is she right? I mean, hey, do me a favor. Actually, go check out her entire video, then come back and let's rap. Let's talk about it. All right? That's what I like to do. So, until the next one, guys.